Being a hot girl is so weird because people say you can date whoever you want. No, I can fuck whoever I want. Dating is a whole different category. These men, these mid-ass men, once you give them a chance, they think they can rule.
All right. Stop with this whole trash talk, pessimism. We're not doing that. All right, we're not doing that on the most optimistic channel on the whole internet, guys. No pessimism on the channel, just only happy and good vibes. Ampu, stop being unalive. Put on your happy face, because again, this is the most optimistic channel, guys. Not that happy. Ampu. All right, there you go. But today, guys, welcome to the desert. Good to have you here. Always a pleasure, guys. Today we have a lot to cover. 2 TikToks, 2 articles, question of the day, small rant, small discussion, big winner references. We have it all, fellas. So please like and subscribe. And before we get started with all of that, guys, I just wanted to tell you that I'm vegan. All right, now I don't want to make a whole fuss about this. I just want to say that I'm vegan. All right, it's just I think it's healthier. I also don't enjoy unaliving animals, you know, and that's that. It's just better. You must become a vegan too. Everybody must become a vegan, because think of all the animals that you've eaten throughout your life. Just imagine like this big pile, this mountain, guys, of corpses and blood and just rotting flesh, everything you've unalived throughout your life just to eat, when you can eat a soy patty, for example, instead of a steak, you know, or you can drink soy milk instead of the regular milk that unalives thousands of cows, you know. So guys, just look, the answer is clear. But that's that. I'm vegan. I don't want to like make it too obvious or too pedantic, but I'm vegan. But with that being said, guys, what was this woman yapping about? Editor, play the video.
Being a hot girl is so weird because people say you can date whoever you want. No, I can fuck whoever I want. Dating is a whole different category. These men, these mid-ass men, once you give them a chance, they think they can rule the world. And then you give them leverage. The leverage that you give them, because a hot girl dating a mid-ass guy makes them 3 points hotter because they got a hot girl, and girls think, oh, I wonder why she wanted him. Now I kind of want him. Oh no. And they said date the nice guy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Date the fucking asshole that's hot. Do that. Because I swear to God, once you give the nice guy a chance, he genuinely thinks he can get any bitch he wants. And he can. You want to know why? Because he dated you. It's your fault. He dated you. You gave.
You know what's the funny part, guys? Is that if you ask this woman if she's hot, she'll tell you yes. Like, she genuinely believes that she's this real big hottie, you know, the top tier hottie. When in reality, just a few guys want to fuck her, and so that's where she gets the idea. She literally speaks with sarcasm and irony about how all the women, you know, fall into this mentality of thinking that a man is valuable just because he has a girlfriend, yet she falls in the same mentality, which is thinking that she's hot just because some dude wants to fuck her. You're nothing special, miss. Especially with that crappy attitude, you're below average. But anyway,
him the status of being a hot guy when he was just a mid-ass guy. And what did you think I was going to do with you? Steal the $200 from your bank account? Babe, what? No. I liked you for you. How dare you?
Yeah, women never like you for you. I'll call BS on that. Second of, guys, how is it? Can somebody explain how is it that these women always come up with an answer of, oh, I must run after Char, I must date Char, I must not date the average guy, and then they'll give you like some excuses. You know, it's true they say all paths lead to Rome, right? It's the same with these women. No matter where they start in life, how old they are, how intelligent or retarded they are, they always, all of them, just reach the conclusion that, oh yeah, I must run after Char and date Char and not give the average guy a chance. What a coincidence, madam. You came to the same conclusion as 90% of women that keep chasing after the top 10 percentage. What a coincidence. What a shocking revelation that you came to this conclusion. Very interesting. But guys, have I told you that I'm vegan? Editor? Yes, I have. All right. I don't want to make it too obvious again, but I just don't want to make other people feel sad, you know, because at the end of the day, being vegan puts me on another moral realm that other people who are not vegan aren't. And I don't want to make them feel bad, you know, because I don't think I'm better than anyone else just because I'm vegan. I mean, I do, but I just don't want to make it obvious again. Everyone has their own path in life, and everyone has their own way of finally understanding that being vegan is better in each and every aspect, you know. But guys, let's move on to this woman. We've covered her a lot of times on the channel, and she's a bit of a psycho, guys, let me tell you.
One of the worst things about being single right now at 30 years old is the fact that I feel like I am grieving and feeling so upset over the fact that I missed out on love and a long-term relationship in my 20s. Mind you, I have never been in a long-term relationship. Like, I've had lots of short-term flings and things that I had really wanted to turn into something more, but ultimately they never did. And this is very...
Wow, are you surprised, guys? I know you are. But not a single relationship under her belt. Dozens upon dozens of flings, she calls them, situationships, chasing after Chad. What a coincidence, guys. 2 out of 2 women in today's video run after Chad. What a coincidence. And none of them escalated to a relationship, even though she really, really wanted to. Wow. I know, you've never seen that happen before, I know. Okay, let's continue.
Devastating as someone who is now in her 30s, because I feel like I missed out on this entire chapter of my life that most people got to experience. Like, I will never get to experience young love. And I'm not saying 30 is old at all. That is not what I'm saying. However, I do think that obviously, like, the older you get, the different you act than you would have in your 20s or younger. Like, I really genuinely feel like I missed out on that first love that everyone has when they're in their late teens or 20s. And it sucks because it's like, okay, well, hopefully I'll go through my 30s getting into a long-term relationship at some point. But that's just not the same as like being in high school and having your first boyfriend, or even in college or something like that. Like, my first relationship long-term is going to be well into my adulthood. And what makes this whole thing even worse is that I genuinely believed, like, I could have like bet on my life that I would have had a relationship in my 20s. Like, there was actually no doubt in my mind. Like, even though I didn't have anything long-term in high school or college, I was like, I'll definitely meet someone and probably get married before I'm 30. Never did I imagine being 30 years old and being able to sit here and say, yeah, you know, I've never been in anything long-term. And it just really breaks my heart. Like,
you know what breaks my heart, guys? That there are people who are still not vegan, you know? But outside of that, I mean, that's the trap, isn't it? She thought when she was 20, oh, I'll get a boyfriend. Like, I 100% will. Now, the reason why she thought that is because, of course, she had a lot of guys behind her. She received a lot of attention, as women tend to do, you know, or tend to have. But that's the trap, right? They just always postpone it, and then the rabbit guys with the clock appears and tells them that they've hit the wall. It's over. Nobody wants you now. You're a run-through car with a lot of mileage that is still trying to sell at full price. You have to choose. And don't get me wrong, guys. I often say that these women are not going to get married, but I say it only because I know that they won't settle. These women, guys, 30, 40, 50, single mothers, divorced 7 times, nothing matters. They can always get married, you know, to some simp. But they don't want the simp, right? They still want the highly successful man, and that's why they end up single. Like, this one could get married, like, probably in 2 days, right? She has guys in her DMs. She has, like, 30,000 likes on every video she posts. Of course, she has some dudes in her DMs. She could, in 10 minutes, reach out to one of those simps, and one of those simps will feel as though God has blessed them with this woman. So she can get married. It's just not to the men she likes and respects, right? Very interesting how that goes.
It makes me so sad for the younger version of me that like wanted this and really thought it was going to happen, because I feel like I let her down. And this is now a time of my life that I'm never going to be able to get back and experience. And at this point, I'm like, okay, if I'm lucky, hopefully I'll meet someone that I'll want to get into a long-term relationship and vice versa. But yeah, like I don't even have an issue with being single. I really don't. I know it might seem like it. What I have an issue with is grieving something that I was positive was going to happen, and now looking back and realizing I got nowhere near it.
Nowhere near indeed, guys. Yet another soul. I mean, it's not yet another because we've covered this one like 10 times. But, you know, yeah, yet another woman, guys, that falls, it just crashes into the wall and imprints her face on the wall of shame. But, gentlemen, have I told you that I bought a new watch today and it suits me really well? You thought I was going to say that I'm vegan, right? No, but I wouldn't do that because I just, again, I don't want to make people feel bad because they're not vegan and I'm better than them, you know? But yeah, it's just you save animal lives, you are healthier, it tastes better too, you know? It's just so good. I think vegan people also have larger wieners due to all the soy. Not sure about that one, but that's what they say, right? Increased lifespan, just you feel more alive and all those things. Just being vegan is so much better than being not vegan. But guys, let me not talk about that too much. Let's move on to our article stories. We have two there are, as one friend mentioned. And you can see this one joined a nerdy dating page and it's the most depressing thing. Okay, let's see about nerdy pages in case you were interested. Facebook, I guess, suggested a nerdy dating page and I joined it just to see the dynamic. Scrolling through the intro posts was really depressing. All of the women's posts had 100 to 200 comments. About half the comments are creepy/gross guys, but the others were just average dudes hoping for a chance, but no interaction from the original poster. This is what I tell you, because women, they like to complain all the time. Oh, I have 500 options on Tinder, but none of them are valid. You don't get how hard it is. Okay, you have 500. Let's even say that 400 out of them are not viable. Let's say that they're just thirsty. Let's say that they are simps. Let's say that you're not attracted to them or whatever, all right? Okay, I'm not saying that every man who's interested in a woman will make for a good boyfriend, but still, like, when you have 400 guys chasing after your tail, you cannot tell me that none of them will make it work, right? It's just unreal expectations. So take a look at this. 200 comments. He says a lot of them are creepy or gross, but he says the others, let's say half of them, are just average dudes hoping for a chance, but they never get the chance. They just simply never get the chance, guys, because women have unreal expectations. 9 out of 10 guys post were just super average guys, but seemed really nice and genuine, but no comments from women, but a few from guys being nice and pumping them up. I don't want guys pumping me. Whether that be up or down, I just don't want guys pumping me, but hey, good for them, right? I tell you, at the end of the day, it's only men that care. It's so funny, guys, I swear. So you have guys who are nice and genuine, and they only get praised by men. Not a single comment by women. Women don't care. It's so good because they always tell you, I want a man who makes me feel heard. No, you don't. It's literally not reflected like anywhere in life. Like nobody cares about a man being good other than other men. Women don't care, don't value it, don't reward it, don't incentivize it in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I have a guy friend who's like has won the first place in the European MMA. I don't know what category, but he got first place in European MMA, right? And he has technique, he's jacked. And I told him, wow, dude, you must be like really successful with women, you know, when you tell them that. And he told me, no, actually, not a single woman in my life has ever cared about that fact. He tells me the only praise I get is by other men. Like, men learn that I'm first place at MMA and they're like, wow, dude, that's so cool. Because it objectively is, right? But women just don't care. You can only impress them with money and looks and genes, you know? But let's continue, guys. The outlier, 1 out of 10, were decent looking guys. They all pretty much look the same. Thin, stubble, dark hair, jawline, but not much else. Seems like little personality and a lot of ego. Wow, guys. It seems that this person has noticed what everybody fucking else has noticed at this point, but women keep telling us to not notice it because it supposedly isn't true. But he has noticed it too, that women don't give a shit about personality and only care about jawline and being a prick. They literally like that. You are a prick, you are full of yourself, and they love that. They rub themselves to that. You know, it's like you can be, I know, a savior of small puppies and children. They won't care. Boring. But if you're like a prick that's full of himself and has a bit of a better jawline, oh, he's Prince Charming. Wow, what a surprise. Yet another one who notices. All these guys have 50 to 100 of the thirstiest women commenting. Wait. So you're meaning to tell me that 1 out of 10 men, meaning the 10%, for those of you that didn't study math, get like 90 or above 90% of the women's attention? I think I've heard that somewhere, guys. I love it. Alright, let's continue. Thirstiest woman commenting, practically begging to message them. I'm just not sure. This is all, sorry to pause it so much, but it's just every sentence reinforces the things that we talk on the channel. You should not chase after women. And all the women that are whining, why don't men chase us? Why don't men do this? It's because when you do, you get zero shit. It's because when you do, you don't get nothing. The guys who get women, they don't get them by chasing. They get them by existing. Women throw themselves at these men. You don't need to do anything. In fact, you need to do less. The less you care, the less of a good person you are, the more women you'll get, right? You actually need to do less. I continue. I'm just not sure how anyone is supposed to find a partner these days. Hey, that's what I'm wondering too. Most of the guys that are decent just can't catch a break, but are not the best looking and a little boring. I wouldn't say boring. I hate to use the word boring for someone who just wants to have a peaceful life. You know, just because I don't want to have 48 chest tattoos doesn't mean that I'm boring. Like, these guys are categorized as boring just because they're not like dangerous or mentally unstable. They just want a peaceful life. I wouldn't say that's boring, but anyway. Many of the women seem to just be fighting over a small portion of guys that fit specific criteria. Chat, is this true? I repeat, many of the women seem to just be fighting over a small portion, I know, say 10%, of guys that fit specific criteria. Like having a jawline, being a prick, and having good facial genes. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm starting to believe that it's true. But this post has 667 upvotes. Let me downvote it, because 666, the number of the beast, guys, the one for you and me. Give me a hell yeah. But now let's move on to the other one. Man, I loved this article story. Alright. Do most men want to date a woman who is more attractive than them? Well, I don't, because there's no woman that is more attractive than me, so that's an impossible. I'm asking this because I had a talk with a male friend, and he confessed that a lot of men do place a woman's looks on the first place, and they will always try to date the best looking woman, even though the men in question are not as good looking. Yeah, so that man is probably gay because he doesn't understand the first thing. Men are absolutely not trying to date the best looking woman. I don't know if this man meant as in the best looking one for them, or the best looking one in general. But again, that's not true. You don't see this happening to men as it happens with women, that they're attracted to the top 10%. Men are not attracted to the top 10% of women. Men are just attracted to attractiveness. And you can have a guy who's a 4 being attracted to a 4 because he finds that 4 attractive. You know, you don't see many guys walking around who are 4s thinking that they have a chance with a 9, or actively wanting a 9. I mean, everybody wants a 9, but you know, like actively, like genuinely going after her, same as women do. He said it is something he noticed in friends, relatives, co-workers, other men in general, and himself too. I thought it makes sense since I tend to see a lot of good-looking women with average/below average men. Where? But I am curious to hear your thoughts. Here are my thoughts, guys. A bit astray from this person's question, but I wanted to talk about men and how we are attracted to beauty. Because we are, and beauty is the first thing that impacts you, right? But in order to talk about this, editor, put on the gameplay. Now, I wanted to talk about the case of Rebecca from the Bible, Isaac's wife, guys. Now, what's very interesting about that story is that the first thing, I forgot the name of the person who went looking for Isaac's wife, but he was one of Abram's servants. The first thing he noticed about Rebecca was that she was pretty, right? It's the first thing he noticed. Same as we all men do. That's just what piques your interest. But what closed the deal for the servant of Abram was that she had a good personality. So he did a little test to test her out. He said, "Can you give me water?" And without him having to say anything else, she herself said, "I'll give water not only to you, but also to your 10 camels." Right? So that's how he knew, all right, this is a nurturing woman. This is a polite woman. This is a genuinely good woman. Wants to take care of me. And that's where everything started. So I think we men should do the same, right? Now, when it comes to goth girls, we all want a goth girl. But at the end of the day, guys, I gotta admit, they don't make for the best girlfriends. Not the most mentally stable, right? So you have to, yes, attractiveness is the first thing that people notice, especially men, I would say. I will say that men are more visual, right? But then attractiveness gets you to a certain place, but never anymore. Like, no wise, good man will ever be with a woman simply because she is attractive. That is such a bad deal, guys. You know this to be true. Attractiveness fades, and at the end of the day, attractiveness can only get you so far. I will take a 4 with a good personality rather than a 9 who is unstable, or a 9 who is nagging, or a 9 who has a superiority complex. And this is not even hard. Like, any day of the week, guys, I fucking swear, any day of the week, don't have to think about it for 1 minute. Ain't nobody dealing with all that. Give me a 4 any day of the week before you give me, like, the best looking woman ever who's a pain in the ass, right? I mean, the very good looking woman who's a pain in the ass serves only one purpose, as we all know, right? But there you go. So here's the plan, guys. First, you find an attractive woman, right? She must be attractive. Number 2, in order to get the perfect wife, you have to test out if she has a good personality. And finally, number 3, you have to have 10 camels carrying bags of gold. Okay, and then you get her. It's 3 steps, guys. You cannot go wrong, right? It's just 3 steps. She has to be good looking, good personality, and you have to have 10 camels filled up to their buttholes with gold and precious stones, all right? And you can get a wife too. I don't think it's that hard. But anyway, guys, I was actually reading through the story just so I can remind it. And something interesting I want to tell you is that after Abram's servant fancied Rebecca, he gifted her, the Bible says, a golden ring for her nose. Septum piercing in the Bible, guys? Nah, it probably wasn't septum piercing. Probably was one of those that are sideways, that are not that bad. But it surprised me. I didn't remember that part. But yeah, apparently she was wearing nose rings, Yeah, but talking about nose rings, guys, here's the best place to say one of my favorite verses in the Bible. Proverbs 11:22. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who lacks discretion. And that perfectly ties up our conversation. No matter how attractive a woman is, no matter how easy on the eyes she is, if she's bad, she's just a golden ring on a pig's snout, And yeah, it's like no wise man, like, ever will want to make that deal. So answering the article, Yes, men do care about attractiveness very, very much, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't say attractiveness takes the first place. I'll say it comes second or maybe third to personality and a woman's morals. But guys, let me know if you agree. To close off the video, let's move on to our question of the day. Guys, would you rather be addicted to cookies, however, cookies and milk? Okay, so you're addicted to cookies and milk, however, each time you try to dip the cookie into the milk, it crumbles instantly. So you're addicted to cookies and milk, you crave it, but you can never have it. You can only have half the cookie that hasn't crumbled and is dry like a desert, barely has touched the milk, or you can get a spoon and get the other half that is drained in milk, you know, and is like all just falling apart, drenched in milk. And then you can have the drink, or you can drink the milk, but it's all filled with like pieces of cookies that are on a different level of disintegration in that milk, right? That's the first scenario. Or, number two, you're addicted to steak, however, you can never get it done how you like it. So if you like steak medium rare, you always get it well done. If you like it well done, you always get it medium rare. So, you know, debate open, guys. Would you rather be, you know, addicted to cookies, but you can never have them because it always crumbles? Or would you rather be addicted to steak, but you never have it in the way that you like? Please let me know down in the comments. Hidan, what will you choose? I will choose nothing because I'm vegan. I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm vegan, guys, and steak is a no-no. No steak on the channel, guys. But also milk. Again, I just don't enjoy unaliving thousands of animals just to have milk, you know? It's not a deal I'm willing to make, guys. I know that makes me morally superior and better in about every aspect that you can think of than people who consume milk. Oh, you like unaliving my cow friends? Is that what you like? But anyway, so I wouldn't choose none, right? And milking, guys, is just, look, if you don't think that milk is bad, just go to one of those videos about how milk is produced. All right, if you have the guts, go and watch it. You don't even know what we're talking about over here, guys. Go watch one of those videos. Go into Google and type milking and see the videos for yourself. In fact, there was this one breed of cow. I think it was called the black cow. And it, you know, it's renowned for having a especially inhumane way of getting the milk from that cow. So go to Google if you have the guts and write black milking, all right, and see all the videos for yourself, and let's see if you don't turn out a vegan after that one. But gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'll let you do your research, and I'll be happy, guys, to see you next time. Have a good one.